43 days is how long it took. But we'll start to get back to normal starting today. But as I mentioned separately in a conversation earlier this morning, this is a huge cargo plane, the ship liner, if you will, that we're turning around. So some things won't resume. Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, yesterday cast doubt on the ability for some of the economic data from October to be released. There is optimism for September data to be released quite quickly. Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, said it'll be about a week or so before the flight restrictions will go back to normal. You all have probably seen just the myriad of headlines out of the U.S. on flight cancellations, restricted airspace, etc. And in terms of worker pay, the expectation is that air traffic controllers, who you really want to prioritize and make happy to get that system back up and going, should have 70% of their back pay within the next 48 hours or so, in terms of the rest of the government workers over the next week or so.
Now, Mario, this bill, it does extend government funding until the end of January, and there's lots of chat on whether we're going to face another U.S. government shutdown. What is the feeling in Washington? Do you think that this shutdown risk, again, looming over us in the next few months, is also put to bed?
I think so. I think we're shut down out. I think the fact that you saw 8 Democrats break rank, with the party in order to get something across is a sign of just some of the fatigue and a sign of just the pain points, right? We mentioned the canceled air flights, and we mentioned the fact that we're barreling toward both the Thanksgiving holiday, the Christmas holiday, and then the New Year. And this Congress can ill afford the negative headlines just as the calendar turns in 2026 with the midterm elections on the horizon for some of those images that created the pressure points for this conclusion of the shutdown to resurface so quickly.
So has anyone emerged stronger from this whole debacle, really? Have the Republicans or the Democrats managed to actually salvage anything politically from this?
That's a brilliant question. It's very nuanced. In some ways, the Democrats are a bit demoralized after riding high over the past week or so because the parts of the base feel as though they caved with a winning hand. And that being said, they do emerge with a salient message heading into the midterm elections around health care and affordability. Republicans also are able to pull some type of victory from this as well. They didn't budge in terms of giving in to Democrat demands for an extension of the ACA tax credits. The White House maintains this iron grip over the Republican Party, and then also was able to say that it stared down Democrats as well.
I do want to ask you another question about something we've been hearing from President Trump and Scott Bessent recently. They've been talking about being committed to sending $2,000 tariff dividend checks to American households. Now, I'm interested in this from a market angle and what that could possibly do to CPI, but how is this move being viewed in Washington? Is this Trump trying to up the ante on the Supreme Court as they're weighing the tariff case at the moment, or political posturing? How is it being viewed?
I think a lot of it is political posturing. One of the things that I neglected to say in terms of a Democrat win out of the shutdown is that they've put the president on his back foot on the economy, which had been one of his strongest assets, right? So you see some of that vulnerability from the president playing out here in the form of him promising these checks. It's something that he did during COVID years that was popular with parts of the working class base. Whether or not you asked about the how it's perceived in Washington, it looks like it's confusion right now. Caroline Leavitt said that the president is committed to it. She was essentially kind of cleaning up for Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who tried to rationalize it, saying that maybe it's tax cuts, maybe it's the discounts that Americans will see from the tariffs, etc. And Leavitt, without offering much detail, said that the president was committed to these quote-unquote checks.